Hello friends, how do you do? My name is Nixon, and in this tutorial I would like to elaborate more on the CAGED system as my previous video when I was using this guitar. I'm saying this because my channel is of diverse content, so make sure the last video I'm talking about I was having this guitar. Okay, so I was giving an example in the CAGED system using the E-shaped bar chord G, and I stress that when you know the CAGED system, you can locate any note you want on the fretboard and you can relate that note to any other notes, and eventually you can literally memorize all the notes across the fretboard. So I talked of G major. Again, if you don't know how to play these chords, you can just view my previous videos from the beginning. The content is called Absolute Beginner Guitar. So those are the names of the strings, the parts of the guitar, what do they do, how to tune your guitar, etc. And playing those chords and singing a few songs using those first or beginner chords. Okay, so once we have G, in those words CAGED, so we have G, CAG, so the next is E. You see, so since we are playing G chord using the G shape, so the next one we should consider playing it using the D shape, CAGED. Since this is E, the next is D. That's what I want to stress in this video. So we know that our G note is here on the 8th fret 2nd string, and I'm playing it using my middle finger. So I can play a triad. This is a G triad. Again, I have lots of videos on triads. You can just view from my previous videos. So once we play D chord in the first position, we normally play it like this. So you see the shape. So once we play the first 4 strings. So I can move that shape without changing anything until when I find G. So G is here on the 7th fret, having these 2 fingers, and my ring finger is on the 8th fret, and I'm playing only those 3 strings I'm holding. So it's just changing of fingers. So I can play it like this using only 2 fingers, having this barring the first 3 strings, and I can add my middle finger on the 8th fret 2nd string and play those 3. But since this is G and we know the open G, we can add that as a bass note because it is elephants and donkeys. It is G. We are playing the G chord. So since D is there on the G chord, we can add as well that open note. So elephants and donkeys. So we can play D as well once we are playing that. So normally this is the shape of D shape if I play it like this. So normally I prefer much playing it like this so that I have these 2 fingers to add any embellishment if I like. So that's why I played like this. So once you have G, this G, I can play this G here, or I can play G like this, but this is now using the C shape. So from this G, I can play this G and eventually this G going to the A shape. So when I use this shape, note that I'm having these 2 notes. I have the D note and the G note. using these two fingers once I'm playing the big bar chord E shape. So I already have these two chords, so I can hold these two chords using these fingers, and I can add any other note from the chord and play G, but from here now. So I already have G, the first note, and I already have D. So if you know how chords are formed, then you know that in G we use the first note, the third note, and the fifth one to make a triad. So if it is G, then you have G, A, B, C, and D. So G is 1, G, A is 2, B is missing. So since we have G and D, I can find any D note, any B note where it is. So like now I'm having the D note, the B note on the 7th fret, first string. And what is this note? This note is B. Remember, elephants and donkeys grow big ears. So if this is B, I can just play B and another B, since it is B, and I can play those two notes here. So another G chord can be played using these fingers or this shape. It will be having a different sound, but the tonality is still the same. It is actually a chord that is inverted, and I'll be giving tutorials on chord inversions. And when you are arranging songs, you can play different chords using different fingerings, different from the one that we already know, to be efficient to play your music. Okay, having said that, now I have G using this shape. Now I have this G, I have this G, G, so this G, and I have this G, I have this G. So the choice is yours how to play. Now in this tutorial also, I want also to stress how to use this shape. If you're not familiar, this is also an alternative to playing this big bar chord. So I like this because if I play like this, then I have this little finger to embellish my chord. So I can hammer on the second string, 5th fret, and the 3rd string. So once our root note is here, you can embellish this chord within the CAGED system like this. So I'm using my index on the 3rd string, on the 3rd fret, and I'm using my ring on the 5th. Then I'm sliding it up to the 7th. Then I have on the 5th string 5, 7, and I'm having 5, 7 on the 4th string. So I can play Another thing you can do with this shape, you can hammer on, also you can bar those the 4th and the 5th string and play together. So since I'm giving an example on G, then you can add other chords. So I can add C, so G, A, B, C. So C is the 4th in G chord, or G key in the key of G, and D. If you know chromatic scale, again you just slide. So imagine C, D, G. So you can do like that as well. When you have an A-shaped bar chord, the same applies. So you start with this one, like this. I'm having the 3 to 5, slide to 7, then 5 7 5 7. You can embellish that chord using those notes. G, D, and once you are here on the 7th fret 3rd string, you can just go back to your G this way. So that's the beauty of knowing the CAGED system. Everything I play, I connect it to the CAGED system, and it works so well. D, C, G, oh this G, embellish, so this last one I'm using the intervals. If you have watched the other video, I did intervals, 3rd interval, something like that. So there are a million of possibilities you can do. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, let me know. Share the video so that other people can learn. Otherwise, greetings from Tanzania, East Africa. See you next time. Bye for now.